Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's live interview with the beautiful Hana, who is an practitioner and coach. Hana, Hana, we are absolutely honored to have you here with us tonight. Welcome to tonight's live interview, Hana. Welcome. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you so much. I feel really excited and
Yes.
I've been really looking forward for this occasion. So thank you so much. And I really hope the internet and all the techniques and all the conversations go super well, that we have a super good time with these ladies.
I love that. I hope it's so nice what you're saying is I hope that we have a super good time. Like sometimes life is just so serious. And I like that you're reminding us about having fun.
Yeah, thank you. I like to have fun.
Yeah. Oh, great. So I'm looking forward to having fun. For those of you listening, of course, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Connie Lee Bennett from, of course, ConnieLeeBennett.com. You can see my address on the bottom and Hannah's lovely address on the bottom as well, onetaste.us. But Hannah, you have a specific link as well, don't you?
Yes.
For people to find out a little bit more about you as well. What is your specific link? Is it onetaste.us?
Yes. So I'm doing the orgasmic meditation training, and I do the desire-based life coaching. So I'm educated by the One Taste, which is a company made by Nicole Dedan. She's the one who created this practice called orgasmic meditation.
Yes.
Yes, so I've been doing the coaching program and I'm on the teacher training course to be the orgasm teacher.
Wow. Okay, so an orgasm teacher. So what you do is you're training to be an orgasm teacher. You are a desire-based coach.
Yes.
And you also do workshops and stuff, don't you? Like meditations.
Yes. So recently I've been doing the workshop for the people who join the community. There is a lovely community in Paris between the practitioners of this meditation. And so we do the weekly workshop about the desire and relationship and how we can create more deep connection and intimacy in our life. And there is a weekend courses that we learn about the orgasmic meditation and work about the relation.
Wow. Okay, so I have many questions, but before I ask all my questions, I think what we would like to know is, who are you? Because this is my favorite question. What you do is orgasmic meditation, and you're a coach and teacher. But Hana, who are you?
Yeah, I really like this part. I saw your other interviews and I'm looking forward to this.
Score.
Yeah. So I see myself as a practitioner. Yeah. I think that will be the most exact statement about myself. So what I learned through the orgasmic meditation is that everything we do in the daily life can be a practice. And especially in the relations and the relationships and all the environment I create and all the events and the encounters I create, that's a reflection of me, and that these things happen for a reason. And the relations I have, it reflects my state or my attitude. So that's how I see the things. So coaching is a practice, and meeting people and have a conversation is a practice. And of course, the learning teaching is a practice, but really the everyday life is like a kind of practice, and just I hope I get better day by day. Yeah.
That's interesting, is like every day is a practice on self-discovery.
Yeah.
Discovering who we are more.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's great. And who do you think that we are? Like, are we? I
Mm,
always say we're a spiritual
mm,
being having a human experience.
mm,
But
mm.
who do you think we are? Like, why are we here on Earth? What's our purpose?
Yeah. Actually, I think it's really a personal question. For me, I came to Paris for a PhD,
Mm-hmm.
so to finish my studies, and I was really a goal-orientated person. So I was really focusing on achieving,
Yeah.
like get the diploma after diploma and get married and find the apartment and just filling up this some photo, some ideal image of life. And I didn't really know how to live life, but I just wanted to make that image of life. And once I forget about all the goals and thoughts, it was much easier to live.
How did you forget about this ideal image? This is what
Well,
we all want to know.
yeah,
Is this our practice? Is this what you mean by
yeah. Now,
practice?
now I need to be really honest. I don't know how people get honest on this call, but well, I will try. Actually, I didn't have other choice because, yeah, because I was quite depressed and I couldn't feel my body. Like I was so busy thinking about what should I do and what do I need to achieve and how I can win this competition. So all the things happened in my head, even the relationship. So I really couldn't feel my body, and me as a person, I get really depressed and very, very dry. Like you see, when women get dry, they don't have some joy of being alive, and they don't feel love. But women get dry, and just I could not feel much, even in the sex. So yeah, so I didn't have a choice. I had to really do something. Mm.
That's interesting what you're talking about is because my training is based on Louise Hay's philosophies. Do you know Louise
Mm.
Hay? Of course. And she talks about how our thoughts
Mm.
create physical, our physical reality. So that which happens in
Yeah.
our body is
Mm.
actually a manifestation of the thoughts that we've continuously been thinking.
Yeah. Yes.
So you were talking about a little bit about depression and how it manifested in terms of, being dry and not enjoying sex. What are
Mm.
some of the other, what are some of the common symptoms, physical symptoms that you have
Mm.
experienced with people lacking joy? We've been speaking
Mm.
about trust this week,
Mm.
not feeling trust, not feeling safety. And I mean, it's
Yeah.
so interesting, yeah, the parasympathetic nervous system and how if you don't feel
Yeah.
safe and relaxed, then that is
Yeah.
not
Mm.
balanced.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
mm,
Yeah. So the most people I meet in the orgasmic meditation, like especially women,
yes,
like we have this sense of something more is possible. Like like whether this woman says that I have a really good sex life, or
yes,
she says like I want to feel more in my body.
mm-hmm,
I feel like that it really depends on woman. So there is some woman who comes and saying like I cannot feel the orgasm in my body, or
yeah,
some woman says like oh I have really fun life, but we all have this sense of that we can feel more in our body.
mm,
Yes, so that's true that the thoughts and emotion and our body system they are related, but like some of very deep beliefs like like um like some shame around the sexuality or
yes,
like being a woman,
yeah,
that kind of things are very deep. So what we work is that wake up our body and to explore what it feels like to feel nourished in woman's body,
yeah.
so that we can reveal these deeper conditionings in our thoughts and in our minds. Yeah, I hope it makes sense. And there were some questions, and just you, I will follow your lead, Connie.
Yeah, I mean, we have a few questions already. Whilst we've got here, but what did you do to change the situation? What were your everyday practices
Mm.
to
Yeah.
change? I think, you know, when you are depressed or when you're not
Mm.
feeling
Mm.
nourished, or
Mm.
when you're in this space, what are
Yeah.
some of the daily practices that we can do?
Yeah. So for the first question, like what did I do to change?
Mm-hmm.
At that moment, I didn't talk to many people because I feel a little bit embarrassed or shameful.
Mm.
But really, to be honest, I tried everything I could try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really tried everything I could do because I really wanted to live my life.
Mm.
And the orgasmic meditation was just one of the things I tried. And at the beginning, I laughed at it. Like, I
Mm.
really thought it's like some crazy American, some weird thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes they're just so creative, so it's weird. So I didn't really take it seriously. But but the practice itself is really powerful, and it
Mm.
creates lots of energy. So I do the orgasmic meditation as much as possible, almost daily.
Sure.
And I go to the Zen temple. I really like the sitting meditation.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing between the traditional and classic meditation and the orgasmic meditation is that traditional meditation brings some consciousness in our mind, and orgasmic meditation brings more consciousness in our connections, in our relations, in the
Ah,
relationship, and and masculine feminine dynamics.
yes.
That's our specialties.
Yeah, because
Depends, there are a lot. Yes.
it's so interesting, because one of the follow-up questions we got was, how do we feel happy again?
Mm. Yeah.
And what do we do every day? And I think
Mm.
when we're not feeling happy, for me,
Mm.
when I moved to Paris, I
Mm.
was depressed.
Mm.
And I was, you know, for me, my depression was because I figured that I had depressed the truth of
Mm.
who I was,
Yeah.
because I was trying to fit into this ideal image that I had
Mm.
created in London. And
Mm.
then I came to Paris, and this ideal image of what the
Mm.
perfect person looks like is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, I've
Like,
spent 10 years creating a
yeah.
happy box, and now
Mm.
I have to create a new happy box.
Mm.
And happiness, I think, is so interesting, is because our minds create a belief system of what happiness is,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's so much deeper. So we can bring conscious awareness in our mind, but I
Mm.
think we're now ready to bring conscious awareness to our bodies, to our
Yeah.
connections with people, to the
Mm.
conscious awareness of what are the dynamics of the masculine
Mm.
and feminine. I
Yeah.
mean, what is
Yeah.
your understanding of the masculine and the feminine in terms of your
Mm.
beliefs?
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. Like about being happy. Mm. So in one taste, there are so many interesting women
Mm,
in my network. That's what I really like. And about the one thing really interesting about this practice is that actually we don't really talk much. Some, like there we are saying, like the things we didn't live in our body is only a rumor.
say that
So
again. The things we
we
didn't
didn't live
in
in
our
our
body.
body is a rumor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Carry on.
So we don't talk much about the philosophies and the lessons. We more like the conversation, one-to-one
Mhm.
conversation with what is rumor? Can you pronounce it better? The rumor.
So a rumor is like a false, something made up. Yes.
Gossip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this
So
context, is a kind of gossip. Mm.
gossip.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
somebody saying something that's not true.
Yeah. Because Because there are so many things about the self-development and the coaching and how we can become a better human being.
Yeah.
But if we really don't work it about ourselves and with my own problem in this life situation, it doesn't really hit. It doesn't really touch people. So our founder, like Nicole Dedan, and in one of the YouTube video, there is a part she says like there is no way we can theoretically heal someone. It needs to be really a life experience in connection. So healing occurs in the connection and really in our bodies. It doesn't make sense. Yes. And in these thoughts and the being happy or like being sad or being angry or it doesn't really matter, but just we want to be first aligned and approve of ourselves. Like when I get really angry, I had so much problem with anger because I'm Asian, so I just don't express my anger at all.
Yeah.
But just recognize this state when I'm sad and pissed off or so happy, just all this emotion and be approval and approve all these things to come to me was the first thing I had to learn. Yeah.
Because suppressing the
Mm.
truth of who you are, I
Mm.
think, is one of the things that limits our expression in terms
Yeah.
of our sexual expression, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
And
acknowledging
mm, mm.
how
And
you
also
feel.
just being about the being woman and being woman is not a simple thing for me. Really, it for me it took really a lot to feel happy about being woman, and in a way that I don't know, but it seems like in almost every society, like woman learns how to not express fully their desires. It's like some common thing, like men go express their desires more and they express their emotions a little bit less. And woman is like inverse, like we always like ordering short our desire. Like when I want to eat like two piece of cake, I say, oh, one is only okay and thank you. I'm so, I don't have a big appetite and I'm just nice and smiley and happy. But that's not the true. And I want to two piece of cake. I want to two piece of cake. And it goes like so many areas it goes similar, like about the sex. Okay, so I really need to have a sex, and I say like, oh, so I had a date and I touched this guy, and okay, maybe I need to stop here, but no, I need to have sex. So it's really a short ordering is such a big habit for many women I meet. So that's a big start point for man-woman dynamic. Hmm.
Yeah, the question is, what do you want? And
Yeah.
giving yourself permission to want
Mm.
it. And I think some
Yeah.
women haven't given themselves permission to ask for what they want. They don't know what
Mm.
they want.
Yeah, that really called being woman. For me, that's called being woman. Like and also there's the thing like when I do the coaching or like have some more private and deep conversation with my clients, usually the first things they say like their desire is like really on the top layers, but more we dig, there are much more. And the biggest desire is very often there's the thing I really want to avoid and almost I want to deny, but it's such a big desire, so I cannot really run away from it. But it just keep staying in my head or somewhere in me. Yeah. So it's really normal to not know what I want exactly because that's a really hard work. That's really a hard work for I think it's a hard work for every human being.
Yeah.
So that's really normal and just we can work about that. Mm.
So, how do you know what you want?
Mm.
how are you connected to yourself,
Mm,
and how do you ask yourself for what you want?
mm. Yeah, there's like weekend course subject. Like, yeah, there is a like all weekend course we call women's course, and we really work in a group like many women like who had a difficulty to say out loud what they want. It doesn't really happen everyday life because desire is really annoying, and for the entry point for the orgasm meditation practitioner is like feel their body, because orgasm meditation generates really lots of energy. So there is some body sensation awakening, and we try to feel our genital, our pussy, and when it's turned on, we cannot deny that. Like for example, my boyfriend is like 20 years older than me. And to be honest, there is some moments that my head or my thoughts, things like, oh, how it's a little embarrassing to have that much older boyfriend.
Yeah.
But when I feel my pussy or my genital, it's just always, yes, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something really like little bit annoying, but it's something we cannot really deny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's interesting because there's an awareness that I'm starting to awaken to, which is how the body is a very powerful communicator of that which
Yeah.
is in alignment and that which isn't. And in the course so far, in most of the courses that we've done, I've been talking to my members about listening to the heartbeat, and you know, like Louise Hay would say, you know, if there's something wrong with your skin, then you're probably not feeling comfortable about who you are, and you know how your physical body. But we've never really spoken about the genitals. You know, talking about like the pussy, for example, and how that is because you know David Dider. Do you know David Dider?
No, actually I don't.
I highly, highly recommend that anyone who is listening to this recording, live or on the replay, David Dider has written a few books, but he's written a book for a woman called Dear Lover. And the book for the man is called Superior Man. And it talks about how we have belief systems in the mind about men and women. Like what is the ideal image. Then we have the heart energy about the masculine and the feminine, and the feminine energy being, you know, the nurturer and the love, and the masculine energy being the power and the will. And then the essence, and the essence of the female is completion and wholeness, and the essence of the masculine masculine essence. I mean, these don't have anything to do with sex, gender, is direction and justice. But then what about the sensuality of the masculine and feminine that is experienced through the genitals, for example, through the sexual, the primary and the secondary sexual organs? It's something that we need to become awakened to. I don't know. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's like it's just taboo. Like like just as soon as the moment like that I say to people like feel your genitals, like, and people goes like what? And when as soon as I say like orgasmic meditation, the people are wow, orgasm meditation. Are you sure? I'm not really sure. Like, it's just a taboo, so people get really wobbly. And but for me, it really means that there is so much of power in there. Really, so much of power in there, and there are so many meditations and all the studies about the self development or have a beautiful life.
Mm.
But I think really for women have a right relation or connection with my sex.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an awesome starting point. Like I don't think we can really avoid that, but it really needs a lot of courage
Mm.
and really lots of courage and to face the thing which is the in the middle on the target, like the very important, but something is not easy to approach. But I think really for women, that's the essential thing. Hmm.
You know, Hannah, this is so powerful because as you're talking, my mind is thinking, when I was in you don't know this, but I was in an abusive relationship, an abusive marriage when I was still
Hmm.
in England, and it was quite a religious, in a religious context. And
Hmm.
religion is something I'm sure people talk about often with regard to suppressing
Yeah.
sexuality. And I
Hmm.
remember I was with my husband and we went to the pastor of the church. And I
Hmm.
wasn't having sex with my husband. I was like, because I wasn't feeling safe at all.
Hmm.
And the pastor said, it's your responsibility to have
Hmm.
sex with your husband because you are
Jesus.
the wife.
Yeah. Jesus.
And I was like, everything within my body felt that it was wrong, that I'd
Hmm.
been so conditioned to be like, okay, I have to do this. Like, I have no
Yeah.
choice, I have no power, I have to
Hmm.
suppress all of
Hmm.
that. You say, what is desire? I mean, like, my first orgasm I was like
Hmm.
21, not even,
Hmm.
I think I was 20, 23, 24.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'd say I had sex for years without having an orgasm because of all these belief systems around sex was just a
Yeah.
tool for me to get accepted rather than
Hmm.
as a tool to live in my power.
Hmm.
So I like
Yeah.
what you're saying about it. It's courage because if I have sex now, I'm like, uh, well, it's
Yeah.
the past versus the
Yeah.
new.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And
It's really important to share these vulnerable things
mm,
because that's where we can grow. I
mm,
really believe that that's where we can grow. And I think so many women go around that point,
mm,
like the thinking like okay I like on my list to be an adult, like okay
mm,
sex done and okay marriage done.
mm.
It doesn't like that for me. And woman really cannot get off when we don't feel safe.
Yes.
Yeah. So just we cannot turn. I also for me it does even if I go for some date, like when I meet a guy, I think like, oh, what does this guy want from me, or like how
Mm,
he's inviting me a dinner, or what do you propose? What is the appropriate action? Just all this self talk in my mind is so full, and sometimes even during the sex.
mm.
So if I really don't feel safe and relaxed and really feel into my body, for women it's so easy to go somewhere. And the work of orgasmic meditation is it really relates to make this a safe container
Mm,
in the practice and in our relations and in our
mm,
daily life, so we can explore, so we can relax and really feel our body and nourish ourselves in
yeah.
the sex and in the intimate life, so that we can have a really good life as a woman.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, nourishing ourselves. So we have some questions for you, darling. We have
Hmm.
okay. So we're talking about anger. You were talking about angriness earlier on.
Hmm.
How
Yeah.
can we control ourselves?
Hmm.
I'm facing some problems with controlling myself when I
Hmm.
am angry.
Yeah. Yeah.
How would you answer
Um.
that?
Hmm. Like to be honest,
Hmm.
this question for me it looks like that I want to go out of control. this more at what I hear. Like I want to go out of control and I want to let this out. That's what I hear from the question. And the thing about the anger, like I try to talk to the other person when I'm expressing with other people, so we can be agree that I feel angry, and I just need to let go. Like I'm when I get angry, I need to express that. Yes, it's not a comfortable or nice experience to live, but when we avoid that, it goes fake. So we don't really have a lot of choice there. Whether I let people feel me or I fake something. It's also not an easy thing, but that's part of life, I guess. Yeah. And so many people want to go out of control. Like just we want to go out of control in a safe way, in a contained way.
Yeah, because if we're being honest with ourselves, we want to have great sex. If we're being honest with ourselves, we want to get angry. Like I'm angry and I want to punch you.
Yeah.
I'm angry and I want to slap you. If I'm being honest,
you can express
you're
like
irritating
that.
me.
Like good. Yeah. When I get angry, like, I want to kill you.
I'm angry right now. I want to scream. Leave me alone.
Yeah. That's how I am now.
We've been told to suppress our emotions for so long. Don't feel like men are told to suppress their feeling sad or tears. Don't cry. Women are told not to be angry, not to be expressive sexually, or not to express your sexual desire. And this is a beautiful question that comes up because it relates to what we're talking about here. Is it's not about controlling yourself. It's about honoring how you feel and experiencing it. In your words, Hannah, were it is about there's no way you can theoretically heal someone unless they experience what they're going through in connection with people. So if you want to heal your anger, it's not about controlling it, it's about experiencing it in a safe space with another person. Is that what would you agree with that?
Yeah. And it's really important to have the community of people who have the same mindset that really courageous enough people who choose the risk of telling the truth. Because it's risky. Not many people do that. Like just we prefer to go like a nice and comfortable way of living. Telling the truth is really risky thing. So we really need the support and the network.
Well, that's why you guys have the Thrive Online Academy. But also surrounding yourself with the 5, I always talk about the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Do you feel safe with them?
Yeah.
You know, and
that's really great.
I think it's a hard hitting. I was with a client today and she said to me, well, the people I spend time with don't empower me. They don't make me feel safe. And it's hard to admit, like you're saying, like you have to admit some things to yourself.
Yeah. It's really difficult, to be honest. Yeah.
Courage. Experiencing it. I like it. You are a practitioner. You practice expressing anger in a way that honors you. You practice orgasmic meditation. You practice expressing who you are.
Yeah, and also we practice sex. I practice sex. If you guys want to have some more like real experience. So it was so this call was really an exceptional experience for me because I'm not used to talk about the practice and how does it goes. I used to talk more about the people's desire. Like like what really my client wants, and what is the difficulty blocking them. And so because desire is really fragile and it's really hard to admit that and just express that, so there needs a lot of backing up. Like, so I back people's desire so they can get what they want, and especially with women, it's because I also don't know what I really want, and some woman like give me some reflections. Oh, you felt really turned on when you're talking about that, and then I feel like, oh yes, actually that was the thing I really wanted. So I really do this work, like what you guys really want, like what is the thing that you really want to have in your life but it didn't happen yet. So that's what I am really interested to talk about, the desires and what kind of fear or what kind of blockage you have on that way.
Well, we can speak about this for an hour, but for 10 hours, like you said, a whole weekend. But we have one more question, I think, before we complete the interview tonight, and that is it. It's kind of a question that has many questions to it. Is there a relationship between mind, heart, and soul with regards to orgasmic meditation? Does it help a relationship? Do both partners need to practice orgasmic meditation to have a perfect relationship? So it's 3 questions, but you go ahead, have fun.
Okay, so I think I like the last question, because so it's a practice I do with another person, another human being. There's something really different. So what we learn at the beginning of practice is asking. Yeah, that's really something I learned. Like, oh, I need to ask to my partner. I cannot take it like a guaranteed, and I need to ask if he wants to do that or not. And that's like the first thing I learned, and it was not easy. Yeah, so it really starts from these kind of small steps. Like we will be more mindful in our communication, and we also have to make a clear boundary between my freedom and his freedom. Like, he can say yes or no, and I can say yes or no. That's where we start. Yeah. And about the mind, heart, and soul, yeah. There is one teacher who talked about this, about being human, and it was something I was really impressed by. And like sometimes we like something platonic and like some idea, like love and just some intellectual exchange. And sometimes we get really emotionally like overwhelmed about someone. And sometimes to be honest, there's some guys I just want to fuck. Yeah, and it's all part of me, and it's all part of me being human. And the freedom I get with this practice is that I allow all this exploration, so each part can open.
Yes. Giving yourself permission to be free to express every part of you.
Yeah.
Because we suppress all the different aspects of ourselves.
Yeah.
And we only allow the mother to come out, for example.
Yeah. I was really judgmental about being emotional, or like being too much sexual, or oh, I don't feel much, or I feel too much and I'm so emotional, or oh, I didn't feel emotional. It's just all the things comes out. Yeah, and we just live with that.
So how does orgasmic, the practice of OM, what do they think about like monogamy and like one night stands and all this like taboo stuff around sex, like having multiple partners, swinging, what are all the other different types of open relationships?
Yeah. So the thing I really like about this practice is we don't tell what people should do or what people should think. All we practice is just listen our desires. Yeah, and there is no we don't follow the ideas or conformity. We do all these things based on the connection. Because when desire arises between two people, both of people normally feels that. Yeah. So just we really need to feel it and be honest about our desire. And there's not there's no made answer about what you should do or what you can do.
No right or wrong, just the idea of being honest.
Yeah, that's a really awesome and super cool but difficult start point.
I really like what you've been saying in today's interview, because it's almost like the practice itself teaches the fundamental tools to life. You know, number one, aligning with who you are, approving of yourself, recognizing the state that you're in, asking for what you want, being aware of your desires, not feeling shame, exploring what you need to feel nourished, you know, having courage. I mean, it's in the context of sexual expression. But I think sexual expression is the most innate, deepest reflection of where we are in alignment or out of alignment with the truth of who we are. And how we feel and how we think about it, our head's thoughts, our heart's feelings, our soul's expressions.
Yeah. I would not say that's the most important thing, but that's really important. And I think it can really make a big change for people.
Wow. Well, Hana, I have many more questions for you, and I know everyone who's listening live or in the replay will have many different questions for you. So you are a coach, you are a practitioner, so you run workshops, and people can contact you for what services? What do you offer? You offer one-to-ones. What do you do? What do you offer?
I'd love to talk. Yeah, I usually start by the phone call to see what they want and what they are looking for.
Sure.
Yeah. So just you can send me email or Facebook message, then we'll start to talk.
Great. So you are Hana Sim on Facebook. So anyone listening, I would highly recommend that you have a conversation with Hana. I mean, it'll be a beautiful awakening conversation. So I definitely recommend reach out to Hana Sim on Facebook, or your email address. What is your email address?
My email address is my name, simhana, and 83, and gmail.com.
simhana83@gmail.com. Hana, thank you. Thank you so much for your time. We absolutely loved it. If you would leave us with one last special golden nugget, what would that be? One last bit of advice.
Actually, I want to say that I couldn't really talk individually for these two participants. I want to say thank you first, and I'd love to talk with you guys, really. And thank you so much. And the one nugget, I think that will be just follow your desire. Yeah, just follow your desire. This whatever your desire is, I really want to back up that journey.
So if you listening would like to follow your desire, then reach out to hanasim83@yahoo.com or
gmail.com.
Gmail.com, gmail.com, or find her on Facebook. Thank you so much for everyone who. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time. I've awoken some. I need some time to think. I need some time to process everything that we've spoken about tonight. It's been lots of interesting things. So thank you so much, Hana. And
thank you so much, Connie.
no, it's been my honor. And of course, anyone who wants to reach out to me, ConnieLeeBennett.com. It would be my honor to connect with every single one of you in whichever form our life takes us in. So it's awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. And we will see you next week for our next interview of how to step into your ultimate sexual expression. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye.
Thank you so much. See you soon.